it's your girl Meesh. Welcome to another episode of Love Meesh, where I share my thoughts, opinions, and ramblings, and sometimes I'll have guests over, but no subject is off limits. It's a billion people in the world, and I'm one of them. So welcome to my world. Let the conversation begin. Hey loves, I'm so excited about today's episode. We are going to be talking about angels. So question, do you believe in angels? Do you believe that source, creator, God, insert name here, created angels as the first being or species and then later created man? And as the King James Bible states, then gave man charge over angels, which to me, if I'm thinking about that from a creation point of view, if I was my parents' oldest child, they then had another child and then told me to listen to the younger child, I probably would have threw a fit too. So that's kind of how I look at this situation where some people say Lucifer wanted God to worship him, for everybody to worship him. I honestly think he had a problem with us having, power and control higher than him. I can definitely see that being. I can put myself into those shoes to understand that situation. Like, I'm your ace boom coon, your day one. I got, you put me in charge. They say Satan was the most beautiful angel ever. He was in charge of the choir to give praises to God. He was just beautiful, gorgeous. And it was like ripping that title away. And like, here's this man, and we fucking up all over the place, and just getting forgiven over and over again. And for the angels, it was like, you're kicked out of heaven, bye, no remorse. Which, that's kind of how it works. When you have an older sibling and a younger sibling, you're going to punish the older one harsher than the younger one. So I always try to put like God in a parent-child relationship to us. And I don't even have kids, but I can still see this because that's kind of how it is. Like if God is creator and he created us, we are his creations. We're like kids. You have kids, you and your spouse or significant other or, mother, father created a child, to that child, up until a certain point, you are like God. You definitely feed them, clothe them, shelter them, protect them. Some would say, because of all that you do, you're a parent. Parent could be God as well. But I'm just so excited about this episode because I told you guys I've been on a spiritual journey, and I promise if you guys ask for the answers, whatever answers you seek, don't limit the way the answers can come to you. They will come. For example, if you just say, I want to know more about God and I only want to come from my pastor, well, you just box in those answers and you only can get whatever the pastor knows and what the pastor can give to you. If you step outside of that box and say, God, source, I want to know more about religion. I want to know more about faith. I put no limit on it. Just send me the information. It can come from coworkers. It could come from YouTube. It could come from Netflix. It's a whole spiritual channel called Gaia, you guys. YouTube is my favorite, though. It's like, when they had television, they kind of controlled the network. You would have to go to the network, send them your information for it to get out. Same thing with music. You would have to go to the radio station, ask them to play your song for you to get out. Internet came in. I'm such an internet baby. It's like, fuck all of that. I'm going to put my shit out and it's going to reach what it need to reach. Period. And you're going to pay me because I'm bringing this context, not you. So I just love internet, and I'm so happy I was born into this age because it's unfiltered. Like, they are starting to take down a lot of videos, which is why I'm making my own folders. And I used to love internet so much, but my friend, she made a point. She was like, you do need to write this stuff down. Like, what if they turn off internet one day? What if there is a switch and there's no more internet? Then what? We're going to have to refer back to books. And if they burn the books, then what? So I'm trying to build up my own library, so to speak, of everything that I find, so that I can print it out and, most importantly, hand it down to my kids. If these podcasts are not available no more, if they shut down Anchor, okay, I'll have, my folders that I'm putting all this information in, and I can print them out and hand them down. Because it's really about, I want to prepare my lineage. Give them as much knowledge, all the knowledge that I have obtained and however many years of life that it take me to. I want to give that to them. Because in reality, you really are not how old you think you are. For example, your parent taught you everything that they knew. Like my parents in their 50s. I could say I'm in my 30s, but in actuality, I'm 50 plus 30. Because they've already given me their knowledge. They've already lived 50 years and given me that knowledge. All I have to do is take that knowledge and move forward. What I could gain is experience. They could have taught me something and I might not have, went through the motion, but you could still take knowledge from that without going through that situation. I think sometimes we make it harder on ourselves because we want to touch the fire instead of understanding that it's hot. You don't need to touch something to know that it's hot. I think the wiser you get, I think that's like a young mentality. It ain't hot. Let me touch it. Hot. Then when you get older, it's like, it's hot. I'm going to take your word for it. I don't need to go over there. You know what I mean? I'll take your word for it. And if it comes later that it's not hot, then I'll know that it's not hot. I think you just learn not to chance or waste time, really. Waste time trying to prove someone else wrong. When if they really had your best interest, it was right. And if you listen to your intuition, you already know if that person is telling the truth or not, to know if you should even trust it. But anywho, let's get back, because y'all know I can drift on this sea. To different continents of topics. But I'm an author. I'm definitely going to write several books on what I learned. I'm going to do some PDF, and then I'm going to publish others, because a lot of stuff I want to share, and it's not really about profits. It's about getting the information out. So those are going to be PDFs. And then some I do want to get a profit. Those are probably going to be more so from my point of view, my poetry, my life story, my memoir, different things like that. I'm not really a fiction girl. I don't think I'll ever write any fiction books. It'll be more poems, advice, quotes and such like that. That's more of me. But I do love my romance books, so y'all keep it coming. And so if you want to follow me, my page is LMP Publishing on Instagram. I also have a webpage. Wix.com, LMP Publishing. If you go to my Instagram, there's a link and you'll be able to go there. I also have a link tree that's on all my podcasts. If you click on that, you'll see it as well. I'm super, 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 super excited about what the future has in store for me. I was struggling this year because all the goals that I had set in front of me are still fucking sitting there staring at me. But you know what I learned? Sometimes you go through things because it's helping you grow. It's helping you add more experience so that when you finally touch what you're trying to touch, you won't drop it. I've been listening to a lot of inspirational quotes, or not really quotes, but speeches lately. Like Gary Vee, he's one of them. He has so many inspirational videos. Look him up. When I was in the church heavy, it was Joel Osteen. He always had a story, always uplifting, always encouraging. And I just want to start putting that in my life more and more. So I'm going to make sure I start playing those in the morning, because they really build you up and make you feel like a champion for the day. And your day hasn't even started. But one lady, she... So let me just tell you her story, and I'll see if I can find a link and tag it. But see, this stuff stays with you and you can apply it to your life, is what I'm getting to. She didn't think she was that pretty or whatever. And one day this one lady saw her and was like, oh my God, you can be in a pageant. She was like, okay. She's never thought about being in a pageant. So she was in a pageant. She didn't win. She did another pageant. She didn't win. The lady said, if you work with me, I can guarantee you're going to win. So she just kept losing. She was looking at it as losing instead of how further she was going. So you go from 10th place to 9th place to 2nd place. Then she got to the USA, I think that's the big one, and she was 3rd. She was looking at fail instead of all the many successes there. Now, if you keep going, you're going to win. So what she said, she paused right there and she went back to a memory. She was running track, and she knew when she ran track, her mother was going to get her some expensive name brand shoes. And, if she grew up like me, our parents couldn't afford stuff like that. So it was rare that you got them. And I got my first pair of name brand shoes. I think I was a cheerleader. I think there was Apex. There wasn't even that name brand, but it wasn't Payless. It was like a real famous cheerleading shoe or whatever. Sidebar. So it was so cool, y'all. You could change the color in the shoe to match your school colors, and our school colors was black and gold. I love them shoes. And shout out to you, Mom. They worked really hard for us. Not only was I a cheerleader, my sister was too. So she had to do everything times 2. Like, my parents is legit bust their ass. And you don't realize that until you grown and these bills smack you in your face and you be like, oh my God. Now I'm paying these bills for me. I can't imagine shelling out extra coins for extracurricular activities that my kids want to do. So Lord be with me when those years come. But her mom bought her some track shoes, and she was so excited. But when she opened it up, it was a size 9. She could not fit a size 9. Her mom was saying, you're going to grow into them. And she was like, but I can't wear them now. So at her track meet, she put them on, and as soon as they blew the whistle, she fell. Like, she fell out of her shoes. That was her memory. So yeah, she failed the race, but like her mom said, she could grow into them. So she went back to the pageant. And all of those pageants that she lost, she basically used the story to say this. Had I won the pageant the first year, I wouldn't appreciate it. I would not have learned everything that I learned, all them 11 times I didn't make it. Like, she learned something. She gained something every single time. Maybe she met new people. Maybe she went to she was a different she morphed into a different person with each loss, which is really a mini failure. Like, we come up with these words that aren't really true. So she said all of that to say, sometimes you can want something so bad and you can get it before it's time. So I know I have all these dreams and goals and hopes, and I don't want them before time. I don't want to ruin them. I don't want to mess them all up. I'm being molded and prepared, and meeting people and get into position so that when I do have it, it will be successful, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody always tell me, slow down, enjoy the journey, and I think I'm finally getting it. Like, okay. Because I can look back in my life and see things do work out the way I want them to work out in fucking time. Like, it's okay. It will take time and you will get there. So instead of stressing about something that you can't change, just enjoy the ride. Just float. Like, so many lessons have just been coming to me, and they've just been putting me at ease and in peace. It's just so beautiful. And what I've been learning about the altar, angels, ancestors, gods. That's why when I learn, I bring it. I have to share. I just can't keep it. It's going to hit whoever's supposed to hit. It's going to jump over who is supposed to jump over. I just be so excited like a kid on Christmas. I can't keep it in. So we are going to be talking about angels. And I was reading this book. Okay, let me tell y'all something else. I be talking to God, like, for real. I be like, God. Now, don't be freaked out by this, but there are people in my family that can see spirits, angels, insert name here. There are people that I know that can talk to them. There are people that I know that see human shapes, adult or kids, and there are people, family that I know that just see colors, dark energy, light energy, white, black. So I personally already know there's another dimension here. Just because you can't see it with your eyes doesn't mean it's not there. We all breathe in the air. Nobody questions that. They have just already programmed us that you can't see it, but it's there. You're breathing it in. So why can't we apply that to everything else in the spiritual world? We just want to doubt it. I fucking hate that. But I was like, God, I want to see angels. I haven't seen any yet, you guys. Not that I'm aware of. But went to the library with my mom every year. If y'all didn't know, libraries put their books on sale for like 25 cents. And you can fill up bags. I think you can take 1 or 2 bags and they'll let you fill them up. I'm talking about a big bag, like a beach bag, and they'll let you fill it up. And so I got this book. This is when I was still in the church. So I got a whole bunch of spiritual books. And this one was, Do You Have a Guardian Angel? So I don't knock no religion. You know, when I say I was in the Christian world, that's all I focused on. I didn't believe anything else. I'm only referencing or saying that to say I have expanded my point of view, my perspective, my way of thinking, and I have accepted other knowledge. I'm okay with that. I'm not scared of other knowledge. I can accept it and I can choose to believe it or not, because it's my life, my journey, and it's completely up to me. So even in the Christian world, here was this book. And the answers were in here. And when I go over these answers, y'all, it's amazing. This is the most powerful book that I have read so far. And I guess because it just answered so many questions for me spiritually. And I'm such a nerd, y'all. This is a shame. I just will never get away from school. I done graduated college and I'm still up here researching. But this is the best research. Research it for yourself, asking universe questions and getting answers for yourself. This is the school that we're supposed to be in, not the school that they made up, that I'm finna sign a fucking 10-year contract to pay off. But you know what? That served its purpose too. So I'm okay with that. I definitely won my degrees and I got them. And I was going to go back and get my PhD, but I'm so into self-knowledge. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. But if I were to go get my PhD, it would be in spirituality, metaphysical. I didn't even know they had metaphysical schools, y'all. I'm just learning so much, like magic, spells, potions, Reiki, herbs. Like that's what I would get a PhD in. Not a lot of the majors that you major in, you can go get, Dummies 101 and figure it out. You don't have to pay $500, $300 a credit to get that information. The only people that really need to go to school are like nurses and doctors and stuff, and lawyers and stuff like that. All those other majors that they make up, you can read books, on your own, unless you're just really trying to meet. Sometimes meeting people can get you in other doors too. But anyways, that's another journey. So the name of this book is Do You Have a Guardian Angel? It's by John Ronner, JohnRonner. I'm going to tag it. And it says, and other questions answered about angels. I love this book so much because it reminds me of my school textbooks. He researched so much stuff, and I think this is how my books are going to be. He researched everything. And so in his book, he has an index with all of the names, with the page numbers that you could go to. It's like a freaking school book. He referenced all the different books that you can look up, and I'm going to buy every fucking single one of them. It says books on angels and related subjects. And he lists them A through W, and I'm going to get every single one. He has pictures in here, and he pulls from all religions. And it's just like an amazing book. And these are the types of books that I want to leave behind when I go. Let me tell y'all something magical about books. Our body may not live forever. It's going to decompose, and your family either going to cremate you or bury you. And that's okay. I don't feel like we die. We're energy, so we're just going to be transferred again and again and again. It's just the way I 100% believe that. Just like an apple, you eat an apple. The apple's not gone. The seed is still there. What are you going to do? Put the seed in the garbage? Where is it going to go? In the dirt somewhere? It's going to grow again. It didn't die. Or, that's one way of looking at it. It's going to grow again, and more apples are going to grow. And then, it basically just multiplied at that point. Or, if you swallow the seed, your body's going to digest it. You're going to absorb the energy. It's become a part of you. Still didn't die. So, there's no way out of, once you exist, There's no way out. That's the biggest joke of all. There's no way out. You are in existence. You will never be out of existence. And maybe that's why they came up with Earth, to keep you busy. Can you imagine not dying and not having nothing to do? That probably is hell. What the fuck? people running themselves crazy, can't commit suicide or something. So let's come up with this complicated place called Earth and put them in school. And, I don't know. My mind, I can come up with so many scenarios. And YouTube, you'll find so many different tribes of people on YouTube. I'm a part of so many tribes in life in general. I love the sex liberation community. I love my little babies communities and the whole parenting and mommy community, and the strong woman community. How you can, be dedicated to yourself and self-love, and then you have a mate, and then you have kids, and then you have work, all of those hats, that she carries, and then she cooks and cleans, and then I like the single world where, I'm all about my bag, and I like the business world where I'm a boss woman, let me reach back and help other people become boss. Like, there's so many, I'm in the writer world, the book lover, nerd world. I love YouTube, and now I'm in this religion world. Like, don't ever try to put me in a box. I'm unfucking boxable. I'm always going to find another box. I'm going to join that club as well. Like, I was looking at my Meesh at Night page, which is for my adults. I was looking up different subjects so that I'll have different areas to post. And there's so many fetishes out there. There's like gamer girl fetish, cosplay fetish, feet fetish. Some people like sounds. I mean, it's so many different worlds, and that's just a few clubs that you could be a part of. Just like they had clubs in school, there's so many clubs in life. And the more I learn about myself, the more clubs I find that I'm interested in, the more clubs I explore. So I know we have to go to work, and we're parents or aunties or whatever, but don't forget to enjoy life. They say do 3 things. Find something to make you money. We all have that covered, right? Even though we gripe and complain and hit the alarm button, we still go and we're able to provide for our families. So kudos to you, because you are doing it, and that's amazing. Find something to keep you healthy. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing my squats and stuff. Trying to get thick. I just joined Planet Fitness. I didn't sign up for the commitment because last time I did that with Bailey's, I still owe them to this day. So we're going to test it out. And then a hobby, something that you just enjoy, something that has nothing to do with money, nothing work related, like working out or strenuous, just something completely leisure and fun. And I feel like I found something in each category, and I feel so much more balanced and happy. Like, yeah, I go to work, and I need to go to work because I can check off I'm able to pay my bills. And then, yeah, I'm going to the gym, working out. I'm eating healthy because I'm making sure I'm taking care of my body, my vessel, so that it can continue to take care of me and give me more years on this earth to do what I'm supposed to do. But then if you can't enjoy, then bump the other 2 if you can't have fun and enjoy life, whether that's traveling or gardening, whatever is fun for you, bowling, I don't know, painting. Some people just enjoy stuff like being a mom, being a parent, being a husband, being a wife. Whatever that is, fill in those 3 buckets, and I promise it will get better. It will. And I know in our community, we don't really do therapy. And even if you aren't sitting down talking to somebody, if you just change the people that you're following, you're still going to get those answers for free. And that's why I'm a big advocate for sharing, because it's free. Everybody don't have the same paycheck or the same job. So you mean tell me I can't get the help that I need because I can't afford it? No. Let people like me do it for free who don't mind, and let other people go to school and charge, because there's other people out there that can pay. And that way everybody's getting served. I'm all about balance, y'all. So let me get back to this subject before I go way off. But just remember, life goes up and it goes down. If you just float, you don't have to worry about up and down, because you're just floating. Like, think of yourself at the beach. Waves are coming, waves are going. If you just float, you're good. You're good. Whether the waves are coming or going, you just riding them waves. Okay? And I also, it seems like the more answers I get, the easier it is. So y'all, we do have to read and research. We have to read, YouTube, whatever. But before any of this will make sense, I think you have to prepare your heart, your mind, your soul to want to accept it. Other than that, it's going to be like Greek, going in one ear and out the other. You don't want something, it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to understand it. Because you could care less. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to do another one. I found a YouTube on the 50 universal laws, and that helps. Like, life really start to make sense. And that's why they say you are the CEO, because everything points back to you. And I'm not saying it don't have to do with other people, because it do. Other people do affect you. However, even though other people and other things can affect you, what has the biggest change of direction is you and what you choose to do about it. So let me give you an example. You arguing with somebody. You can punch them and possibly go to jail and get a felony and mess up your life. Or you can just choose to walk away. It might hurt your pride. They might call you weak, this, that, the other. But you saved yourself and you don't even know it. And I almost feel like life is kind of unfair because you have to make that choice and walk down that path instead of letting you see both of them paths. We all will be making the right choice. Like, if somebody's arguing in front of them and it just paused real fast and you saw to the left, punch this bitch, yada, yada, yada. And to the right, walk away. I'm good to go. I think that's where they get the angel and devil on your shoulders from. Because maybe there's two ways or probably a million ways to look at the situation. But at the end of the day, there's going to be good consequence and bad consequence. I think that's what they boiled it down to. And if we could just look at each situation like that, we would make better choices. But we don't. We just say anger, punch them. Deal with the consequences later. That's why a lot of us are in the situations that we are in now. Children that you love. I know you love your kids, but it's not the ideal family that you wanted. You wanted to raise them in a home together, and now they're not together. But you're going to do the best you can to be the best damn parent that you can. But I know, we all know that's not how you wanted it to be. You're just making the best of the situation. All because what? We didn't look at that situation in the heat of the moment with those two choices. We just went with our feelings. And, everybody has that in their life. But that's okay. That helps us grow too. I honestly think as long as you grow and learn, you're okay. Just like a baby, you're not carrying them forever. They get down, they crawl, they take steps, they walk, they run, they good to go. Now they driving off to college. As long as you're progressing, you're fine. I don't think there's no wrong way to do this life, except for not to progress. Maybe that's the wrong way to do it. But I told you about the name of the book. I'm going to go over some quotes really quick, and then I'm going to answer some amazing questions. So just hold tight. So I'm a quote queen. So from my Pinterest, I have angels and pennies. I found a penny today just lying on the ground, but it's not just a penny, this little coin I found. Found pennies come from heaven. That's what my grandma told me. That's what my grandpa told me. He said angels tossed them down. Oh, how I love that story. He said when an angel misses you, they toss a penny down, sometimes just to cheer you up, to make a smile out of your frown. So don't pass by that penny when you're feeling blue. It may be a penny from heaven that an angel tossed to you. Isn't that so cute? Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that was one. And it wouldn't let me go to the next one. Let's try it again. If I could scoot over to the next one. An angel in your pocket. I'm a tiny angel. I'm smaller than you think. I live in people's pockets. That's where I have my fun. I don't suppose you see me. I'm too tiny to detect. Though I'm with you all the time, I doubt we've ever met. God Himself handpicked me and gave me angel power. I became His eyes and ears, and I'm on guard each and every hour. And because God is so busy with way too much to do, He said that my assignment was to keep close watch over you. Then He tucked me in your pocket, blessing you with angel care, saying I must never leave you, and I vow to stay right there. Isn't that cute, you guys? Oh my God. Dear angels, please wrap your healing wings around everyone who needs an extra loving hug today. Now, this one is pink, and I'm just feeling the energy from this pink. Pink is such love, you guys. I love pink. Okay. Spiritual requests. Dear angels, when the fog of uncertainty appears in my life, please remove it from my eyes with the gift of clairvoyance, from my ears with the gift of clairaudience, and from my mind with the gift of claircognizance, so that I may make sound decisions with clarity, compassion, and love. That was really beautiful. When the fog of uncertainty appears in my life. Take it away from my gift of clairvoyance, my gift of clairaudience, and my gift of claircognizance, so that I can make a sound decision with clarity, compassion, and love. Wow, that was beautiful. Okay. Calling all angels. Archangels will hear us whenever we call. They're waiting to catch us should we ever fall. Shemuel will help us with unconditional love and surround us with confidence from heaven above. Raphael will tend to our pain and hurt feelings and wrap us up warm with the angelic healing. Michael the protector will go to all lengths to give us our freedom and courage and strength. Gabriel and Hananiel will help with self-care, while Azrael comfort will always be there. Ariel will show us the means to provide during change, and Jeremiel will be by your side. Ragul will bring harmony to family affairs and find you solutions so all turns out fair. Uriel is there to help and inspire. Raziel will raise your awareness far higher. When you need to forgive for your own peace of mind, Zachiel is the angel to help you, you'll find. Metatron, wow, some of these names are quite familiar, y'all, will help to spur you to prove that you have it within you to make the right move. If you're looking to find that happily ever after, ask Jophiel to bring you some fun, joy, and laughter. Sandalphon will listen to carry your prayers to heaven as all the angels are watching right there. That was beautiful. So yes, in the book they do go over the different or the popular angels. There's so many of them, and there's hierarchy, and there's just so much in this book. I really won't be able to go over everything on this podcast. I try to keep them under an hour, but I think this is worth buying, putting on your bookshelf, having it in your home. It's just so much knowledge in there. Like I said, he researched a lot. He listed different books that you can go get. It's just so many resources. I can't believe how tiny this book is with so much information packed into it. It's like, now why this couldn't be in the Bible? That's kind of how I feel. But okay. Let's see. So they have the days of the week for, well, I'm just reading how it is. The colors and days of the 7 major archangels. Sunday is yellow, Archangel Jophael. Color is yellow, the virtue is wisdom. Monday is Archangel Shemuel. The color is rose pink, the virtue is love. Tuesday is Archangel Michael. The color is blue, the virtue is will. Wednesday is Archangel Raphael. The color is green, the virtue is healing. Reminds me of the chakras, you guys. Thursday is Archangel Uriel. Color is purple, red, or gold. Friday is Archangel Gabriel. Color is white, virtue is purity. It's funny that that's purity because my grandma said the real Sabbath day is Friday sunset to Saturday sunrise. So it's like half. And that one does say purity because she would try to clean up before Friday night so she wouldn't have to do anything and she can just rest. So that's interesting that they put purity there. Saturday, Archangel Zadkiel. Color is violet, virtue is freedom. So I'm still learning a lot about the angels. I told you guys I was going to put everything that I learned like on my walls and stuff so that I can give reverence to them and learn more and more about them. My best friend, she actually has, I have one set of tarot cards and mine are angels, but it's messages for me, not necessarily the angels. My best friend, she has a deck that has all the spiritual guides and angels in there, and I want to make that's what I want to do. I want to make my own tarot cards to use as guides as well as information. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because there's so many. When I start to name those angels, I'm gonna be like, oh my god. Some ways that your guardian angel will communicate with you: a sudden urge to contact someone, a sudden urge to go somewhere not planned, dreams, visions, strong thoughts, repetition of words that you hear, see, and think, patterns, hearing the same song a bunch of times in different places and situations, feeling warm tingles of energy through your body, numbers, seeing the same numbers over and over on a license plate, signs, or a building. Speaking of numbers, I won't do it on this podcast, but you guys can look up angel numbers. My best friend, Intuitive Realist, she did a podcast on angel numbers. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave her link. So there's going to always be something else to learn. You learn about one thing, you're always going to have to dig deeper, and it's never going to end, you guys. So you think I'm learning about angels? No, there's also angel numbers and angel hierarchy and da-da-da. Like it's it's like you're always scratching what you feel. No, you think it's a bigger picture, but it's always just scratching the surface. Ask your angels for shielding. Dearest angels, please surround and protect me with white light today and shield my energy from all negative influences. Help me to keep my energy pure, clean, and high frequency. Okay, so on my last podcast, y'all probably thought I was crazy when I say I walk the bridge and I ask for that light to protect me. Okay, what did it just say? Please protect me with white light. Light is more powerful than they will tell us. When it's dark outside and you can't see shit, and when that fucking sun come up and it's light everywhere, we don't even realize how powerful that is. And it's different spectrums of light that we can't even see. So light is very powerful, and not only that, we just focus on the fact that it can help us see when it was dark. There's more to that. It is protection. It's like they don't teach us anything we need to know in this life. And it sucks so bad. I almost wish I was like in an Indian tribe in the woods somewhere. I wish I was a part of the Amazon tribe. I bet they know so much more away from civilization. And yeah, I might not have the internet and all that other stuff, but the stuff that I would know will probably be, worth it. Shit. We got a lot to learn, y'all. So signs from your angels. Dimes, pennies, feathers. A song that meant something to you. Bells ringing, doves, butterflies. A familiar scent. Books falling off of shelves. Landing on a page with a message. This one is kind of blurry. Let me try to... sometimes with this iPhone, I just be wondering. It do what it want to do. It freeze. And I have to close out of my app and bring it back up. Like, if the picture is blurry, just zoom in. They don't care that I'm recording. It's just going to do what it want to do. So let me just go back. This is so aggravating. Sorry, y'all. Let's see. Sudden temperature changes. Repeating number sequences. Sparkles of light seen out of the corner of your eye. Orbs of white or colored light. I'm trying to figure out the blur. That's what's taking so long, y'all. Flickering lights. Goosebumps. Overwhelming feeling of unconditional love. The angels whisper through synchronicities to get your attention. They want you to know that they are with you and always watching you. This is so beautiful. And everything is coming together for me so beautifully. After I do this episode, I'm going to go back to, and I'm supposed to do this a while ago, so I'm sorry, y'all. I have so many projects going on. I'm so excited about all of them and passionate about all of them. So I just hadn't come back to the podcast yet, but I want to go over what colors mean. There's messages there. Y'all, Facebook is legit. It's almost turned into YouTube. It's so many, the groups, not Facebook, just a wall, groups. Sign up for these spiritual groups, these witches groups, these meditation groups. There's lots of knowledge in there. One girl in one of my witch group, and don't let these names scare you. My sister doesn't like the word bitch, but you could say bitch to me and that's fine. That's how you feel, whether it was negative or positive, that's how you feel. But me personally, I tell my best friend, bitch. So it don't bother me. It's never what somebody says to you. It's what you answer to. In other words, you decide. You decide if that's good energy or bad energy and whether you're going to accept it or not. Other than that, don't give anybody that power over you. Keep your power. Don't let anybody just come and take your power. You are the king, queen. Hold on to your power. But anyways, I'm in this spiritual group, and this one lady, she said, I look in the mirror and I always see something staring back at me. What is that? Is no one there? I turn around, this, that, the other. She said, what is that? The lady looked at her profile picture and said, you got vampire in your bloodline. Your people was vampires. What the I haven't even dug into this yet, but ever since I was a little girl, I always have been interested in all the Disney fairy tales. I say that because I love the show Once Upon a Time, because it turns the cartoons into real people and it tells you a little bit more about it. But I feel like there's history behind there. Just like Marvel and DC Comics, I feel like there's history behind there. Like, y'all, how long have we been living on this earth? We know the same information. We just dressed it up a little different and put it back in the world. like knee knockers. My parents them had them, and then we brought them back out and thought it was, and then the Polaroid cameras, we went digital. Now they brought them back out, and the little kids are just loving it. So that just goes to show you, all we do is repeat the stuff anyway, and probably give it a new name, a new price, this, that, the other. So I said all that to say, I know there's more than one God. So I feel like these stories are just playing over and over and over and over again. And you just hear different versions of the same story. It's kind of how I feel about it. So I asked her, let me get back to the story. So I asked her, what do you see when you look at my picture? Do you know, she said, a cat or a Black Panther, do any of them resonate with you? And I was like, oh my God. I promise, the other day when I came home, or through my life, I always see a cat. You can ask all my significant others, we always would see a cat. A fucking cat out of nowhere. Walk into our car, they go, cat, meow. I grew up, my mom, we even had a cat called Orangey. So there was a cat there. My best friend, she had a black cat. And I would just always see cats, like no matter what. I even had a baby cat and it died. Oh my God. I tried to give it tuna and it wasn't ready for tuna, y'all. Oh my God. So we're going to try the cats a little later. I'm doing good with my plants. So I do want to get 2 cats. A black cat called Moon. Orange cat called Sun. And I want to get a cute, maybe 2 cute dolls, a boy and a girl, so they won't be alone. Y'all know I like balance. And I need them to be potty trained. And I need them to know how to come in and out of the house. Because, y'all, I'm not really a caterer or nurturer. Like, you really need me to take you outside? You really need me to do all this? Like, oh my God. Forever. Because kids grow up and can do that on their own. But I'm going to have to do this forever for this animal. Oh my God. Or I probably can hire somebody. I know I'll hire somebody to do it. Because I'm just not with the shits. But cats, it seems like they clean themselves. They go in the litter box. They're a little more like, okay, I can work with you. Dogs are more needy. And I hate that I say that, but I don't know. I don't want you to be too needy. Like, I don't like that. I try not to be needy. I don't think I am. I try to be very self-sufficient. But anyways, so I looked up what was the definition of the spiritual. Google's our friend, you guys. Google spiritual meaning of jaguar, spiritual meaning of cat. And it came up, but that's not what this podcast is about. I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do another one on what colors mean, what numbers mean, the different days of the week, the planets. Like, there are several languages out there. And because we don't know the language, we're missing the messages. Matter of fact, I just downloaded Rosetta Stone. How long has Rosetta Stone been around, y'all? The only time we took a second language was what? To graduate high school or to get in college. Why? Why aren't we just learning this stuff just so that we'll know? Even if it's just the basics like girl, boy, man, woman, eat, swim. Do you know the more you learn, your brain, they say it's like gray matter, which means you're not using that part of your brain. It's just dominant. And the more you learn and the more you put in your brain, I think the way they said it is you're programming your neurons to make new paths. And since it's making new paths, it's lighting up inactive parts of your brain. So I think they said we only use 10% of our brain. Remember I said that last time? Well, that's why these little kids with these high IQs, look at everything that they're learning. Yeah, you 5 years old and you're up here taking college classes. That's a lot for your brain. Them neurons is pew, 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 pew. Yeah, your IQ is high. I get it now. It's a muscle. And if we're not using that muscle, you just used to going down the same path. I mean, nothing else need to be used. We just going to go down the neurons going down that same path. Everything else is just on autopilot. Just vacant, just empty as fuck. But the more you learn, it gets new paths. New paths is lighting up other paths and different roads, and next thing you know, your whole brain will be up. So I said all that to say I got Rosetta Stone, and this week at work we're kind of like reviewing for the next filing season. So you read a couple of updates, and then, you got the rest of the day to yourself. So I'm like bored as fuck, but happy to be off the phone. And I'm like, it's Spanish people across from me. I don't know what the fuck they be saying. So my friend, at first I was doing French, because I want to go to Paris. And then I switched to Italian. I even did Chinese. There's 24 languages on there. Then my friend said she was doing Spanish. I switched to Spanish. I think it'll let you go all the way up to course 2 before you have to pay for the whole package. And I am going to pay for it. It's like $200. But I'm going to call them first, because if that $200 covers all the languages, then it's worth it. But if you want me to pay $200 for each language, fuck that. I will use the trial. But I'm learning, like, man, woman, girl, boy. And the way they teach it to you is you get a picture, you hear them say it, they want you to say it, and then you learn the, plural, singular, if it's one, if it's more than one. So I'm a visual person. I can look at it and know what it is, but that don't mean that I know how to spell it. So I said that as I'm going through this, I made a new folder. I got so many folders in my life, y'all. Out of school and still using folders. And you know how you have those dividers? I have different dividers for different languages. I'm such a nerd, y'all, but I love it. And so, and I took 2 years to Spanish. I kid you not. And I remember my ABCs and my numbers and a little bit of Pledge Allegiance, and that's it. So if you don't use it, you will lose it. And they say the best time to learn is 1 through 5. Why they ain't teaching us 24 languages 1 through 5? Okay, even if it's just ABCs, numbers, and colors. Again, our brain can be that much more active. But hola is hello. Una niña is a girl. Una niño is a boy. La niña come. The girl is eating. El niño come. The boy is eating. El niño bebe. The boy is drinking. La niña bebe. The girl is drinking. Una mujer, a woman. Un hombre, a man. El hombre come. The man is eating. El hombre bebe. The man is drinking. La mujer come. The woman is eating. La mujer bebe. The woman is drinking. So I'm just like excited, like, oh my God. And now I'm picking up different words and phrases that they're saying. But before, it was like, what the fuck? My mind just had a blank. Don't know what they're saying. Next, I'm going to do Chinese. We're going to go get my eyebrows waxed. What the fuck is y'all talking about up in here? And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. If it come true, just know that you heard it here first. All this social media, all these TV shows, all these movies, it should be no language barrier. Even if it is in French, it should be in English. Just like right now, I think anime has it the right way. All them other languages that anime is, you can find them in English. Either hear it audibly in English or read it. It's 2019. Everything should be like that. I follow so many people on Instagram from other languages on my Meesh at night because they're on a poll. I don't even know what they're saying. They're on a poll. But I'm starting to notice when I click on their name, it say translate. So I'm able to translate it into English. And I actually have a YouTube page coming up for all of my businesses. So I can start putting videos and getting more clientele from the YouTube world. And it will allow me to add different captions in different languages. And I have several apps that will do that for me for free. And some want to charge. I'm like, get out of here. Like, this should be free. Hello? Program this shit to translate it for me. And even if you guys are writing books or taking notes or in school, do you know Google has a voice to text if you open up their documents? I think it's Google Docs. And then you can click on the red microphone. And if you talk, it will type for you. And the only thing is you have to be like, the boy is walking, period, enter, comma. You know, like you're doing it more so like that. It's not a real conversation. It's more of a command conversation. But that's still cool. You didn't have to type it. I used to do a lot of my papers like that. Like, you get tired of typing. And I get my laptop and my computer next week. I'm so excited. I feel like I was so behind without them, but I get them back next week. And it's certain things that you can't do on your phone that you need your laptop for. Like, for instance, on Instagram, if you want to do a video, like a live, not a live video, but how they have that TV thing, you have to use your computer to upload the video to make it the TV. Okay, so I can't do that on my phone. I'm like, damn. Then on YouTube, different editing tools is only on the computer. I'm like, damn. So it's coming. I'm just, I'm floating while I'm waiting, but I was waiting 3 months. Now I'm down to a week. So if you just float, it'll get here. It's just taking you a while to float to that destination. That's all. Just like for my Meesh at night, I want to get a pole. I'm going to be selling lingerie and different toys. And I want to put that on my Patreon and my OnlyFans. To give them different content and stuff like that. But it's not time for that now. So I'm just floating until I get to that destination. But it's coming. It's definitely coming. So I'm just enjoying my journey. So yeah, y'all, learn a language. Rosetta Stone. Get that brain, you know what I mean? Get them neurons moving. And it's really not that hard. And I figure I've only been doing this for let's just say a week. If I keep picking that up and going over it for a whole year, I probably will master it. You know what I mean? Because I learn by repetition. At my job, you can teach me everything and I'll be so lost. Then I do this for 3 months. Okay, I got it. It's the same shit every day. It becomes automated for me. I don't even think I remember or research or know. It's just, it's idle. And I don't know what to call that, but that is my learning pattern. It's either there or it's not. Like, I'm bad with directions, but I can tell you how to get to my job. I tell you how to get home. Not with street names and stuff like that. I just know straight, left, right, da-da-da-da. We're going to turn by the Walmart, this, that, other. Like, that's how I remember. But it's off of a pattern. It's off of, I don't know what to call it. I'm going to have to look that up. But I know that's my learning pattern. So, that was one. Let me go to the next one. We talked about shielding. We talked about days of the weeks and the angels. Oh, so there's more, you guys. This list has a little bit more. Angel therapy. Raphael, the master healer. Michael, the master protector. Gabriel, the master communicator. Shemuel, the bringer of love. Raguel, the bringer of harmony. Azrael, the angel of death and rebirth. Just like Scorpio. See how this is mixing into astrology now? Oh my God. The more I learn, it's becoming a melting pot. It's like, ooh, that's the color, and that's the color, and that's the color, and that's the color. And they all gonna be in a pot, and they all gonna melt down to one fucking color. That's how I'm starting to see this. Jophiel is the bringer of joy. Hananiel is the bringer of grace. Ariel is the gatekeeper of animal kingdom and courage. Uriel is the bringer of peace. Metatron is the bringer of creation, manifestation, and symbols. Nathaniel is the bringer of drive, ambition to reach your goals. And Sandophon is the bringer of clear intentions. Like, oh my God. Why can't they talk about that in church? I'm going to just leave that subject alone. It just bothers me so much. Oh my God. And this is a prayer. Dear Archangel Sandophon, I ask that you carry my prayers to heaven, lay them gently at the feet of God. Whisper them in the ears of my angels. Please ask them that my prayers be answered as quickly and completely as possible. I know that you are the angel of music, so I will pay attention to the songs that I hear for the answers to my prayers, and so it is. Y'all. Now, we all saw Transformers, and Bumblebee could not talk. How did Bumblebee talk? Through the music. So I was just saying, I'm going to do a podcast with colors and numbers and symbols and stuff because there's languages in there. This prayer just said, I will pay attention to the songs that I hear as in the answers to my prayer. All right, so that's it for today's episode. It's already an hour. There's so much more to learn. I didn't even finish my Pinterest quotes, or I didn't even touch the book. So there's going to be an Angels Part 2. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I learn, you learn, we learn together. Because sharing is caring. So I will see you guys next episode. Have a great day, and don't forget to float. It's gonna be okay. Bye. And this concludes today's conversation. Thanks a million for listening. You can reach me on other social media platforms at www.linktr.ee/LUV.MEESH www.linktree/love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love you. Talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.